Power supply specifications. I like to point out things or concepts that tend to be confusing because by dispelling those points of confusion, it gives you confidence. And you need confidence here because you're going to pass your exam and go out into the industry and get a really nice job and be happy. Point of confusion with power supplies is the idea of single rail versus multi-rail. You may come across a gamer or a PC enthusiast who thinks he or she knows the difference, but maybe they don't. Look here. Rail refers to the traces on the motherboard that are associated with those ATX connectors. The power comes in from the wall, hits the power supply, gets stepped down in the power supply, gets fed out to the motherboard via ATX, and from there, either you have a single power bus for each of those rails, 12 volt, 5 volt, or 3.3, or you have more than one. Now, at first blush, you might think, well, multi-rail power must be the best because that way each device, each hard drive, PCIe card, and so forth, has their own dedicated power line. And that's true to an extent. With a single rail system, all devices that are consuming power from the motherboard do so over a single shared bus. So if one device has a problem and the computer decides to shut itself down or shut down the power system in order to protect itself, it's going to affect all devices globally. But no, and this is where the confusion comes in, there's no performance or energy benefit between single rail and multi-rail power systems. The main benefit with the multi-rail system is that you have more granular overcurrent protection. If one device is having a current problem, it's feasible that the motherboard can cut power to that device and keep the rest of the system running. So it's not a question of performance with these rails, it's a question of system stability and overcurrent protection. In the lower right, just to point this out, I mentioned that in addition to the standard ATX form factor and the nice modular one you see up in the upper right, we have the Micro ATX or Flex ATX standard that gives you the same power. Admittedly, its overall wattage is probably not going to match what the standard ATX can give, but is useful for smaller form factor systems and for appliance servers.